Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to BattleTech Heavy Metal, where it looks like I was a little bit wrong. The SRM-6 is highlighted in orange here on our Jenner, so I think it might be the case that they do have to, damaged components do have to be manually repaired now. I don't remember that being the case before, but, you know, stuff gets, I cannot just click this button to see what that repair would cost me. Well, we can repair the whole center torso, that's not a big deal. 2 days, really? Huh. Hold on a second, revert? How much structure are we even missing? It's not very much. I don't know that we need these repairs. The SRM-6 being damaged will make it less accurate. I don't know exactly how much. But this is not a flashpoint where we have to go from mission to mission immediately. We could take a moment here and fix stuff up. We're a little damaged. You know what? It might be worth it. This could get difficult, potentially. If I were to put all the repairs in the queue, 1 day, 3 days for some reason, 1 day. Okay, let's put the other Jenner below this stuff in the priority queue. Sorry, the assassin goes at the very bottom. I do wish that this was more of a click and drag process rather than individual buttons. So in 2 days we'll have Urban Mech, 2 Centurions, Firestarter, and we could just go. We don't necessarily need the Jenner. Let's do the 2 days at least. We'll sit here for a moment. Okay. Let's have a look at the next contract. Do we want the Jenner? It's going to be another urban map. We're gonna have another. I mean, we have another weight limit, but that's not a big deal. We literally couldn't field a crew that would exceed the weight limit. Yeah, maybe we just go with this. The Firestarter definitely does a lot less damage than the Jenner does. It's also much better at punching people, which is always fun. Yeah, it's super hard to know what we need. I'm just gonna roll like this. So let us jump into Prototype 3. Black Caldera Defense is storing their Stolen Raven prototype at an old armory in southern New Jacobstead. We need to capture the base and recover the prototype. Conqueror, Visacha, and Peregrine will be standing by to carry out the second half of the operation when we're done. Umbra died for this unless it turns out to be some sort of elaborate double-cross. It's on us to make sure that her sacrifice counts for something. Sure, that makes sense. Skull and a half, I'm thinking money over salvage again. So hard to know. It's like 150,000 C-bills. Because if we see 2 mediums, or 1 medium that we take down in a creative way, the extra point of salvage is worth a lot, right? Let's try it this way. See if we can get lucky. Okay, Firestarter in this slot, and I think we keep the pilots the same. Yeah. We're going to come out of this with a fair amount of extra experience. We might be able to pick up some of those skills we've been building toward. So I don't think we really know a lot about what we're looking at here, right? We heard some details of the security system for the last part of the Flashpoint, but I'm not really at all certain what we're getting into here. So the Firestarter deals probably less than half of the Jenner's short-range damage. If you can get the Firestarter up to very, very close, it makes up for some of that with the machine guns. I don't know. We're probably overall weaker than we would have been with the Jenner in that slot. We're just going to have to hope it doesn't matter too much. I mean, the lion's share of our damage comes from the Centurions anyway. The Urban Mech is still here to be able to punch a hole in something. We probably will be okay. Darius is very concerned about making sure that Umbra's sacrifice means something, but I'm very concerned about making sure that we are not making any sacrifices. Boy, it really does feel like these urban missions take a lot longer to load in. I suppose that makes sense. There's a lot more entities on the map.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, what do we got? Got some effects loading in eventually. Okay, Commander. According to our intel, the Raven is being stored in a dilapidated armory somewhere in this part of the city. Op4's unit strength is unknown, but I bet it'll be somewhere between a lot and way too much. I don't doubt it. The prototype is the most valuable asset on Fagerholm. It's bound to be well protected. From this position, you should be able to get eyes on the facility. We can plan our attack from there. Caution is fine, but we're on a timetable here. Bravo Lance is waiting for us to get that Raven up and running so they can carry out their part of the plan. We've got a lot riding on this mission, so let's get it done. Okay. It is not clear to me how much of that was flavor text and how much of it was mechanics text. Like, are we actually in a hurry? Will we fail the mission if we take too long?
Got it.
Is there somewhere between a lot and too much defenses going to mean that we shouldn't try to fight? We should just try to do the thing and run away?
Don't need to tell me twice.
That's one problem I do have with this game, and overall I think this game is very, very good. But one problem I do have with it is that it is not very good about the distinction between mechanical text and flavor text.
Move order received.
Alright, so we got a lot of readings here. I just ran toward them because I was curious what they are, but it does strike me that maybe the smarter play was to go around. Alright, so we got a couple of small mechs and a vehicle that moves on... Oh no, I can see it. It's a Scorpion. Oh, it's a Scorpion. That's concerning. AC-5 is definitely potentially a problem. Can you get... You cannot get into Stompy range. It could death from above it, which would be funny. That's funny every single time it happens. But I think I'm going to jump in and just try lasers plus machine guns. Both the lasers have to hit the same area for us to have any chance of a kill. We are firing into his side arc here. It could happen.
Copy that.
We will, at the very least, soften him up. Also, we see a fire starter and a javelin. Okay, I'm worried about that. I didn't do the DFA because I didn't want to damage my legs. But, I don't know, maybe that was the wrong call. Maybe I should have been willing to just go for it. Oh no, I just barely didn't get the job done. We left him at 9 health. Okay, Firestarter gets on a building because the enemy loves to get on buildings. Well, the good news is that... Never mind, there's no good news. I was going to say the good news is that an LRM pod should be pretty effective at dealing with the Scorpion, but we're not going to get to do that. He's going to get to go first. Did I do enough damage to the front? Okay, there is some good news. If his front part still had full armor, the AC-10 wouldn't kill it in one hit.
On my way.
So I did soften him up for that at least. Let's just, fingers crossed, hope this hits not his right side. Front or left are kills.
Locking on.
Okay.
Vehicle destroyed.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe the Firestarter's action was necessary there.
I hear ya.
Let's have Cruz step up, and we probably just want to take out the Firestarter, right? Like the pair of SRM-6 launchers is it's not dangerous, but I really, really don't want a mech getting shut down due to heat or anything. And we do have some mechs that run fairly hot. So we'll just take this bad shot, strip him down to 1 evasion. Drop him through the building, which is a little bit not ideal because that means now he's got this other building to use as cover.
Good to go.
Pretty unsteady. Yeah, I can't even get a direct shot on him anymore. Well, that sucks a huge amount. Yeah, that really reduces our total damage output for the turn. Hey, we give him the LRMs, I suppose. Do I want to precision strike him? So he's got a status for having fallen off a building. He's in a destroyed building, so it is providing... The ruins are providing cover. Okay. I think I'm going to precision strike him down to 3 initiative so that our Firestarter can really get to work on him. And we may as well aim for the leg, I guess? It's not going to matter much. Mostly about fiddling with his initiative. You got a vehicle moving on 2 somewhere. Probably... yeah. I'm going to say probably a striker. That is consistent with it being a striker.
Is that it? I'm barely scratched.
And And then this could be turrets at the facility, potentially. Or just something with an LRM that looked like a 15 or a 20, maybe.
Yes, Commander.
Run up and punch him in his stupid face? Is that the play? Maybe in the arm. Oh, actually, never mind. I only have one option here. Well, it does give me cover. And it'll put him on the ground.
Copy that.
So he's got very screwed up stability thanks to having fallen through a building. Okay, so that should be pretty easy to clean up, provided that we can get... I mean, the urban mech probably will not be able to shoot at him, right? Interesting. I assumed that he was going to jump forward to shoot at the fire starter, and when I saw him landing over here, I was like, oh god, we're taking 12 SRMs in the back armor.
Standing by.
But I guess he was too afraid of the amount of evasion that we had. It was only 3 pips. Yeah, weird. I think we're probably just going to move forward and sensor lock. Let the AC-10 cool down a little bit.
Sensors locked on. What can I do for you? Waiting on you, Commander.
Alright, let's do a split fire. How much center torso do you have? Oh, still a ton, actually. Maybe I don't want to split fire. Maybe I want to go focused attack here just to try to actually get it done. Can I find a spot where I have an AC 5 shot on him as well? Maybe from this building, actually? I can jump over this building, but I cannot stand on it. I wonder if standing on buildings is a thing that only lights can do. Well, if I can't find an AC 5 shot, that makes it pretty unlikely that we're going to be able to actually get a kill. Could maybe happen. 55% of the missiles are going to hit, and only half of those are going to go to the center, even if we aim center. It feels pretty unlikely. We might be better off doing the split shot. Softening this guy up, and then trying to aim shot him with the Centurion. Yeah, let's go for that. So we're just gonna go, you get that. You get this, more to reduce your initiative, or more to reduce your evasion than anything else. And maybe we'll get lucky and do some real damage here. He's low enough that he shouldn't be too hard to kill in the future.
Waiting for orders.
And I don't know that I want you to move even enough to generate a single point of evasion. Yeah, I'm just making my shot worse. How about here? Okay, here's optimal weapons range for everything except the medium. Alright, where are your missiles kept? Okay, equally in each side. And you have 90 center torso strength. I mean, I think I just go center.
This should be good.
Okay, really, really did not work. That's an interesting decision. And when I say that, what you should be hearing is wrong. That's a wrong decision. Alright, then we got an LRM-10 from the vehicle, plus 2 more LRM pods. Might be a 10. 10s or 15s, I don't know exactly. Pretty minimal so far. Yeah, you know, I think I'm... Oh, that sucks. I think I'm glad we have the fire starter here instead of the Jenner. The fire starter stands up to enemy shoots a lot better. Punch is not entirely unlikely to result in something pretty good happening, but punching from here does show my back armor to people, which is not all that armory. Yeah, I might be better off doing it like this and turning myself so that I have a shot into his back.
I copy.
But shots on me will hit my side armor.
Firing.
Okay, so he has one SRM-6 left, and it has been crit. Boy, they really hate this urban mech. His left side is the empty side, right? I don't think we have to be too worried about that. Yep, left side is the fake side. Sorry, it's not empty. It does have the small laser in it. Well, I don't think I just want to shoot at that guy. Maybe step over to here to do it. So I'm shooting into the front arc. I have a chance of not hitting the side that I don't care about.
Engaging.
Could just hit nothing. That's a possibility.
Missed.
That's a real shame, because a good hit there might well have killed him. Now he's going to gain 10,000 evasion, and we're going to have to deal with him as though he was fresh.
I'm taking internal damage. Good to go.
Yeah, that really sucks. What a bad miss.
I hear ya.
Well, support weapons don't lose shooting power from evasion, so you can see the small laser at 80 and 80% respectively. I really wish we were close enough to shoot. Back up to here and get a considerably better shot. The fire starter is definitely more dangerous, although neither one of them is very dangerous at this point.
Time to die.
We are actually going to strip all of his armor off.
Critical hit. Waiting for orders.
How very frustrating.
On my way. Special delivery.
Okay, fine. Legs, both legs down, that totally works. Having a hell of a time getting the kills we need. Alright, they're going to focus real hard on the urban mech here, which is fine. It's probably going to lose its arm. Yep, not a big deal.
I'm losing weapon systems.
We lost the torso section instead of the arm, which is a little bit more of a big deal because it means pilot damage.
Barely hit, Commander. Come on, mech warriors! It's go! Orders.
Boy, I sure wish that I felt like we could do anything to the javelin. But it's just gonna get its turn and do whatever it wants again, so let's try to put the striker away. Can't. Literally can't. Cannot do enough damage to it. Then you just reserve? There's no point in you doing anything.
Reserving action.
Shooting at the javelin now and then letting him generate a new 4 pips of evasion would be a terrible waste of my time. Letting him move and generate his evasion and then taking the shot to try to work some of it off is way, way better.
Ready for orders.
I could get up on a building. We could just stomp the dude. My leg armor is in pretty good shape, but I would take... Yeah, I don't want to take all that damage.
Engaging jump jet.
This is fine. He does have quite a bit of heat. Okay, we've sent his heat critical. We've blown off another piece of him. His torso has got to be pretty close to dead. 9 health.
Waiting on you, Commander. Commander.
You can't do that, so we may as well have you run over here. Can we get you in... Nope, I was going to say, can we get you in small laser range? But right, you don't have a small laser anymore. Well... that being the case...
What can I do for you?
It's not super critical that we hit you with the urban mech. And I'd be totally fine doing, like, this and this, I think.
Line them up and I'll shoot them down, Commander.
Start putting damage on the striker now, and then try to finish it off with the other Centurion. Okay, that took forever.
Gotcha! Waiting for orders.
So how much damage have we done? Basically no damage to his front. His right side is pretty open, though. Can I jump into a position? Nope. I can, as always, I can jump one space away from every position that would be helpful. Well, alright, let's not use the urban mech's turn just yet.
Good to go.
We'll start with Tire Fire, who also can't get to a good position. That's inside of LRM range. There we go.
Coordinates received.
Do this, see where we soften him up, and then we'll judge whether it's worth using one of our valuable AC-10 bullets. Did we soften up the front enough? Nope, still no damage to it. You can always hit the turret from anywhere, so it's a little hard to know whether that might happen. This would give me 2 evasion. To be perfectly honest, I might be best off just running behind something and scrambling his sensors.
On my way. I've got a sensor lock.
Try to reduce the likelihood of him getting to do a lot of damage to me in return.
Damage is minor, Commander.
Alright, well now he's dead. I am unfortunately going to suffer a lot of turret fire here.
Barely hit, Commander.
Yeah, now we can just have the, almost certainly, we can just have the fire starter turn around and step on him for the kill.
My armor's getting stripped off. Commander.
And I like this plan just a huge amount.
Good work, Commander. Proceed to the next objective.
I also enjoy the victory pop-off.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Not enough mechs have modules in them that are primarily about celebration.
Moving to position.
But listen, fighting with a battle mech has got to be hard, right? There's a lot of math and mechanical knowledge involved and stuff. It's a thing you should celebrate. When you do a good job at it, you should have yourself a little party. Alright, obviously this is going to be a thing of SRMs, or of LRMs and sensor lock nonsense. So am I in sensor range on these turrets? There are 3 turrets at least. That's annoying.
Sensors locked on. Waiting for orders.
You are definitely not doing anything.
I hear ya.
Are you inside? Okay, you are well ranged.
Got it.
Should probably be a little bit careful with the UAC.
Roger that. Firing.
We are going to run out of ammo, but also it gets the job. I could probably have turned it off there.
Smoked 'em.
Odds are pretty good we would have gotten the kill anyway.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Now we have to decide, do I think it's worth doing this thing? If we can kill that turret, it is totally worth moving forward on it. I won't have a great shot, but I'll be able to do some damage, and then the other Centurion can back it up. I think we want to execute this relatively quickly. Alright, that's where we'll find the Raven. Word of warning, they may have gun emplacements for point defense. Oh, thanks, Darius. Good thinking there. Well, that sucks. Okay, we do at least have a direct line of
On
fire.
my way.
Alright, if the autocannon had missed there, the fire starter would have gotten shot at by all of their turrets for no reason. That would have been really annoying.
Gotcha!
Alright, we didn't see any sensor locking happening. Yes, they don't have anything.
Standing by.
Can we get you close enough to get a read on that guy? Yes, we can.
Moving out.
And then the fire starter can help hunt the one on the other side.
Got a lock. Receiving you.
Oh, hold on. Let's make sure that we actually bring this other one down
Right
first.
move.
Because actually, we're not going to be able to shoot autocannons at this thing at all.
You betcha!
Do I even want to fire? The other mech is going to do 80 LRM damage, so we do have to push. Yeah.
Here we go!
We just don't quite have enough LRM damage to bring it down with only one of the Centurions. Alright, let's maybe actually get this done then.
Standing by.
Move you close, but not so close that you can see anything.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, now I think we just go for it. Would be nice to be within machine gun range. Can I make that happen? Yes, I can.
Here we go.
It's maybe not a super smart thing to land on. Okay, we need 20
Yes,
damage.
Commander.
20 something damage. How much ammo do you have left? 120, so that's... okay.
Orders.
4 volleys beyond this one. Oh, hey, it looks like actually maybe we can handle this with the autocannon. We have enough ammo left that I would prefer to kill this thing this way.
One less turret.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading
Yeah, knew that was going to be the case. Well, there's no way that's the only one, right? Yep, that is just at the very edge of our sensor range. What do we have here?
I've got a sensor lock.
Oh, hey, what a surprise. It's a Locust. It's a Locust 1V. Which one's 1V? Oh. 1V is even less dangerous than most of the other builds of Locust. Okay, they've also got stuff moving on 3 that looked like a vehicle to me. Yep. Okay, so basically nothing.
Commander.
They have essentially come at us with no dangerous things. Can't quite get a visual. Well, we're about to be out of LRMs.
Don't need to tell me twice.
I guess we could use some resolve here to make it a little bit more likely that we burn this thing down as quickly as we deserve to. It is a shame that we have to fight these things and not just run away, though.
What can I do for you? Coordinates received.
We are firing at very extreme range against a very small target. A little bit of precision is called for. Still missed the autocannon. Well, that's pretty very bad, actually.
Receiving you.
So we're not going to be able to get anywhere near that guy with the fire starter this turn. But I think I might have the fire starter go the other direction anyway. I think what we want to do is catch that vehicle off guard. Oh, hold on. Did I see, I do actually have a firing arc.
Lifting
Okay.
off.
I'll do that.
Roger.
Really hoping for a torso hit there, but that'll do. $56 health.
We can do this!
Maybe unwise. Maybe unwise for me to have done this.
Yes, Commander.
Well, I have direct line of sight on this thing, so we can just try again, but this time harder. I'm going to go for his leg. A single laser hit to the leg buys us a lot of time to solve this problem. Yep, didn't get it. Of course not.
Standing by. Hauling
You
ass.
can't really do anything. Okay, Galleon is like 0 danger.
Reporting. Minimal damage. Waiting for orders.
I would really love it if this guy was dead.
Moving out.
UAC, I think, will solve that problem. He gets all of the remaining LRMs. Let's just get rid of him, shall we? Okay, and we did need every drop of it.
Did you see that? Did you see it? All out of long-range missiles, Commander. Uh-huh.
We only have 5 volleys left with you. I'm not going to fire. Okay, and here comes the striker shooting at my fire starter again. I'm not too worried. He still has a pretty bad shot, and the building has enough health that he's unlikely to bring it down.
Let's get fired up. There's work to do. Ready for orders.
Okay, you gotta get off the building. I think that's fairly important. You get on this building. This building's fairly healthy. Okay, has 2 small lasers, so if you get close and you fail to kill him, it will be a sad time. So just don't fail to kill him. That's my advice. I have a little bit better cover from the building if I stand back here.
I copy.
Then am I going to overheat if I fire my lasers? I totally am. Shit. Well, I guess I'm overheating then, because we can't not... I mean, I could turn on the flamers. The flamers do 5 damage each. Fingers crossed, everybody.
Affirmative.
Thing is, I don't really want the fire starter to take chassis damage, because it would be really nice. Okay, just barely got through.
Vehicle trashed.
It'd be really nice if we could just bring this thing into the next mission without having to worry about it. Okay, so that's a Jenner and the other thing's a
Waiting for
striker.
orders.
Well, I see absolutely no reason to do anything until after the striker has taken its turn.
Commander.
We're gonna have to rest the urban mech no matter what, so I'm not too concerned about exposing it to fire as long as it doesn't take lethal, which it shouldn't. We're just gonna stand front forward. Alright, AC-10 shot into the striker.
Engaging target.
Hit him in the side armor, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Should be a pretty
Good to
easy
go.
cleanup for the LRM mech. Make sure we're firing into the appropriate quadrant here.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
Then we may as well also fire an AC-5 shot at the Jenner. We're not likely to hit, but take that point of evasion off of it. And then this turn we can hit it with a precision
Waiting for
shot.
orders.
The next turn we can hit it with multiple precision shots, and we can prevent it from having a turn basically forever.
Don't need to tell me twice. Tell me what to do.
Ooh. That was a big hit to the head. Unfortunately, not quite big enough to matter.
Standing by.
Alright, now you are going to run forward a bit and precision strike him as well to force him down to 2 so we get our whole team before he gets to go again. You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible at this called shot thing.
Commander.
Could jump over behind him. Just put the whole lot into him. It's his right arm that's damaged. I can't get in a position to shoot at that. Hold on. Firestarter can go last.
What can I do for you?
Let's get some information first. So we don't have to precision shot you anymore, except for the fact that you're still incredibly hard to hit. Okay, so that arm's not a problem anymore. That's a second point of pilot damage.
Good to go.
Get you into autocannon range.
Got it. Orders.
He's doing a remarkably good job surviving. I think I'm going to jump in and just give him the flamers and the machine guns.
Affirmative.
Jenners run a little bit less hot when they're when they don't have all their weapon systems, but still we make it something. Okay, no crits, missed with half the flamers. It's pretty bad. Overall, that was a pretty bad outcome. Fortunately, he's in terrible position
Armor
here.
blow through internal damage.
And I think we've probably sustained all of the damage that we're going to sustain at this point. We could just jump up behind him. I probably want to be firing into that side arc, right? Because I want to have a chance of landing fatal machine gun fire. So yeah, just keep doing this thing. This weird, almost aerial battle. Okay, there we go. I think I just killed the pilot. Must have hit the head. Must have hit the cockpit with a machine gun bolt. That's it, boss. The armory is ours. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a look at that Raven. I have to learn what I can about it before we can put it in the field. 2 heads are better than 1, Yang. I'll meet you in the mech lab. Study it quick, you two. We've got a limited window to support Bravo Land, so we need that Raven to do it. Roger that, XO. We'll have it ready for him in no time.
Mission
Okay,
successful.
so we have the Raven plus the Firestarter and the 2 Centurions to form a lance with. I'm not certain what our pilot situation is right now. I really wish that you could just put pilots in even if they were injured, especially in a Flashpoint kind of scenario. Honestly, maybe we even can. The rules for the Flashpoints might be different. I know it's dangerous to put them in while they're injured, but it's more dangerous to not have 4 pilots. Alright, looks like none of the loot was anything of value at all in any way. So I guess we'll take a piece of a javelin, and we already have enough Jenners for forever. AC-5s, LRM-10s, yeah, none of this stuff's worth anything. We could sell... What does it say on the tooltip what they sell for? I don't know if it's a Firestarter or a Jenner is better for selling. We'll take the Jenner, I guess. At some point, we're going to sell our second Jenner. We will immediately sell a third Jenner. Even if we didn't need to keep one of each mech for optimal scoring, there's still a chance that I would probably keep our first Jenner on, because sometimes you run into missions where you have a limited weight or something, and like the Jenner remains a useful mech occasionally throughout the entire game, in my opinion. It's so fast and it hits so hard for a thing of its size. So yeah, this is one of those ones where we do have to go directly in. Oh, that's right, I only have to bring 1 pilot. I do not get to use my mechs, or I suppose I don't have to use my mechs. So we're running this Raven. Unfortunately, this is a thing that really bothers me. when a slot is locked, you're not even allowed to click on it to see what it does. I don't know if she's the appropriate pilot for this. I'm going to guess that I would rather have Cruise. Right, it's a small mech, we need to keep it alive. But honestly, Steam Fitter might be better at keeping it alive through fast movement. And we don't know what the weapon systems are, so we don't know if multi-shot is actually going to be useful or not. Really, there's no good reason for this not to be clickable. I think I'm going to put Steam Fitter on it. Sure Footing is probably better. Pancake would have been the ideal pilot, but what are you going to do? She got shot in the face, man. There's only so much that can be expected of a woman. Alright, I have actually no idea what to expect here. I don't have any idea what the Raven actually does. Don't know anything about this mission. We just know that there's a lot of long-range defenses, and that the theory is that the Raven is going to prevent them from using their LRMs on us. Black Caldera's hardened R&D facility is protected by a phalanx of LRM batteries. Using the Raven's unique capabilities, you will protect Bravo Lance from these weapons while leading them to destroy the facility. Okay, we're so close to done with this flashpoint. And I know the whole thing is like, who are we going to turn the Raven over to? But we get to keep it, right? Like, the end of this has to be, I get to keep it. Maybe that's what the option will be. It'll be like, you give it to House Liao, or give it to, what's-his-face with the mustache, or keep it for yourself. And I'm in a real keep-it-for-yourself kind of mood, to be perfectly honest with you. We could use a larger variety of mechs. We've been running the same 3 or 4 guys over and over again for the entirety of the series so far. Alright, let's find out.
Command interface initiated.
This is it, Commander. The Black Caldera facility should lie just ahead of us. Guess it's time to see whether the Raven's anti-IDF capabilities are everything they're cracked up to be. If they aren't, this is going to be a short trip. It'll work. The great houses wouldn't all be fighting over this prototype if it were a dud. Now I say we get in there and blow that facility to hell, and that we do it in Umbra's name. Best of luck, Bravo Lance. When the job is done, we'll be waiting.
Watch for civilians.
Okay, I've updated your command console to support the Raven's advanced technology, Commander. You're good to go. Wow, I can see why everyone's after this prototype. Tech like this could reshape the battlefield if deployed properly. According to the Black Caldera Data Archive, the Raven is equipped with 2 components that make up its electronic warfare suite. The first component is electronic countermeasures, which create a field around the carrier that impedes enemy weapon locks. The ECM range is indicated by a dotted ring. Friendly units within the field gain missile defense, cannot be targeted for indirect fire at all, and are very difficult to hit with direct fire missiles. Friendly units also gain a stealth charge. They are effectively cloaked and cannot be targeted with any weapons. The ECM carrier receives a second stealth charge. The ECM field can be countered by close-range visual confirmation. 1 charge is subtracted when an enemy unit enters the ECM field, and for each enemy in the field at the start of a new round. Units with no stealth charges are targetable by direct fire. Sensor Lock removes all the charges. Sensor-locked units also lose their missile defense. If a cloaked friendly fires a weapon or uses activated abilities, it loses a charge. Stealth charges are replaced if the carrier starts or ends its turn with no active enemy units in the field. Okay. The second component is the active probe. The probe behaves like an area effect sensor lock on steroids. It's accessed via a new button on the carrier's weapons panel. Warning, firing the probe spikes heat and it must cool down after use. When triggered, it radiates a pulse that reveals enemy units and makes them easier to hit. As an added bonus, it will shut down enemy ECM carriers' capabilities. Affected units also have their sensors impaired, interfering with their targeting systems, and the sensors impaired debuff is, I believe, minus 10% to all hit chances. Okay, that's actually a remarkably complicated unit. So here's my active probe button. It is not available until we're in proper combat rounds, I guess. Okay, because the facility is over that away. Garrison is expected to be nearby. They dropped us really far away from it. So I'm in direct control of everyone? Okay, sometimes Whoa,
Be there in
whoa,
a
whoa,
jiff.
whoa, whoa. That is not what I did. Sometimes when you, sometimes when the camera jerks like that for a moment, if you do any input, it, like, registers it more than once, or it's like, I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's some kind of rendering issue where it's just, like, the video memory gets overwhelmed and it has to pause for a second to render stuff or something. But that thing with the camera jerk is very, very annoying. You can also see it, like, if I'm trying to rotate the camera slightly, when the camera jerks, it instead rotates, like, several times what I entered. Alright, we should stay together. Let's let the Raven move first here. And then everybody else catches up with it, right? Actually, I should probably have everybody else move first, so that we know the Raven's not outpacing them.
On it.
Yes, Commander.
Picked up a blip.
Aye, aye. We'll go.
Okay, there we go. This will
As
work.
you wish.
It has 2 medium lasers and an SRM-6 as well. Like, it's actually not a bad mech, all things considered. So that's an unknown mech. Moving on 3. That's moving on 1, I guess. And then obviously they have turrets, lots and lots of turrets, all of which operate on 1. I'm gonna reserve down a little bit because, well, okay, we don't want to be moving piecemeal during the 1 phase though. Okay, we'll reserve down to 2. We want everybody to be inside the field during the 1 phase. That's a trebuchet. Very annoying mech. So, what actually do we have here? We have a javelin with 4 medium lasers.
Waiting for orders.
We have this griffin with an LRM and a PPC, and a trebuchet of our own. Well, this doesn't seem all that complicated.
Standing by.
Okay, you can stand on buildings with non-small mechs. Unfortunately, we don't really want to be that close with the PPC. Right, if we were right here, yeah, look at how bad our shot... the PPC actually works just fine at that range. Something over here where we have just like an obstructed shot would be fine. Apparently I can make it up to there. That seems like a good move. This will take me... we'll have to readjust the stealth field a little bit, but this seems like a good idea. Ooh, and he has coolant vent, which is nice for a mech that has a PPC on it, because that's a... look at how much heat we generated. Okay, we probably want to move the, excuse me. Probably have to move the Raven next, just to make sure that we stay stealthy.
Yes, Commander.
And we can get kind of a crummy shot off. Honestly, it's not even that crummy. And it does put the field back where the field needs to be.
Consider it done.
Keep your eyes peeled, Bravo Lance. Black Caldera is bound to have more mechs in the area. They're likely to call them in any second now. We don't actually have to destroy the garrison. Those are optional objectives. So maybe we should just be going straight to the facility. We can knock this guy out, though. Did an awful lot of damage to the buildings around here. Point of pilot damage was lucky.
Standing by.
You gotta get back inside of... oh, you don't have any jump jets. Alright, you just gotta get back inside the stealth field.
On the move.
Was hoping for another lucky head hit there. It may end up being the case that the best thing we can do is, a little distracted by the fact that I can now see that vehicle. I'm wondering if it's dangerous to jump up to here. Because my plan is, obviously, to shoot the guy, so I'm going to burn my stealth charge. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it.
Engaging jump jets.
We're still not missile lockable. That LRM carrier does have direct fire to me now. But I'd really like to burn this guy down. Alright, all of a sudden I have this terrible tickle in my throat. The building might fall. That's a problem.
Systems holding.
Okay, so there's some focus on the Griffin here. This building is much sturdier.
This guy's nothing.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
I've been sensor locked.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
Okay, so they're hard sensor locking us. That's going to be the end of that building. Okay. So there's nothing we're going to be able to do to stop them from shooting at us, even with the stealth thing, then, because they have infinite sensor lock. Jesus Christ.
Reporting. Heavy damage.
Yeah, there's no counter to them having the sensor lock ability, and they have at least 3 instances of it, and also like a dozen units that can take advantage of it. So the cloaking field kind of doesn't do anything, right? Like if I'm understanding that, if I'm understanding the way sensor lock interacts with everything correctly, we just have to. I guess we just have to destroy these buildings with the LRMs from a distance using the active probe ping, and... No, they're still going to be able to shoot back at me, though. What's the range on the active probe ping? Okay. All enemies within 250 meters, so that's actually terrible. It doesn't do anything at all for us. Huh. So what are we going to do then? I mean, the LRM carriers aren't that hard to kill.
Reporting.
I guess that's it. That's all we can really do. Like, move up to here and try to just blow that guy up. It's probably not going to work. So I would have to hit him with both of the lasers and then also some of the missiles in the same section, which is just not going to happen. But he does have to die, because otherwise he's just going to be able to take advantage of their sensor locks every single turn. So we have to try. We have to start putting damage on him and then work him down with a couple of people. Oh good, they have even more mechs.
Aye, aye.
Okay, so you have to get down off that roof. You do not have ace pilot. There's no place I can land that's going to be far enough away for us to get a good LRM shot. I don't really want to be in his right arc. I think the front arc is better. Yeah, alright. Let's coolant vent.
Roger that.
Particle cannon is, sadly, just a super, like, an incredibly hot weapon relative to the amount of damage that it produces. Not one of my favorite weapons.
Awaiting orders.
Okay, you need to stand up or you are going to get completely wrecked.
Ready for action. On my way.
Right, and this guy's just gotta die.
Confirmed. Firing.
There's ammo in that torso part, right? Yeah, we're just getting terrible luck on never ever hitting it.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, she doesn't have split shot. I was kind of counting on her having split shot. Because she's driving the LRM mech. Of course she should have it. Alright, well then, we don't really get to use her other weapons. This is... Okay. Game minimized.
Affirmative.
This is what we gotta do, right?
Vehicle fragged.
I mean, if they're spending their time...
Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Steam fitter, come on. If they're spending their time sensor locking us, they're at least losing some ability to shoot us with their LRMs. Even if the indirect missile blocking isn't actually working the way we would like on account of all the sensors. Visual confirmation is a real problem for the stealth charges, though. I'm not really sure what he shot most of his LRMs into there. It seems like just an invisible ceiling.
How might I help?
Is there any chance that we could actually kill this damn robot? So we hit this side off, we'll get rid of... Yeah, I mean, like... Just very, very bad luck that we've managed to deal damage to that torso section so many times without actually destroying it. Without triggering the ammo explosion. Let's see here. Right here, I don't have direct line of sight to any of the turrets, it's saying, but I definitely should. I'm just out of visual range. That's not going to be a good idea. We need to keep direct fire from the turrets an impossibility. So I guess maybe we just back up a little bit and then take an... We could take an aimed shot. Really want to get rid of this trebuchet. So he took 1 point of damage. The pilot took 1 point of damage already. If I aim to the leg, I can't possibly deal enough damage to break it. If we aim to here, there's pretty good odds, even without an ammo explosion, that we do get this open. And then that'll at least turn off some of his damn weapon systems. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. It would be really cool if this guy wasn't able to just run right up on me and negate my cloak charges and stuff. Alright, that's a pretty good start. 2nd point of damage for that pilot.
Orders?
Yeah, it's gonna be real hard to keep people out of the, entirely outside of the field. At this point, I do kind of want to be in the left firing arc. It's just can't find a safe spot to hit him from. Maybe Peregrine doesn't do anything for a moment here. Maybe we just wait a second. Let them establish some stuff, and then we can figure out what looks safe. Okay, so who else is moving on 3? That trebuchet probably can't sprint into the stealth field, I'm guessing. But this guy is going to get to move on 2. And when it's his turn, he will absolutely just walk in and kill my charges.
Ready for orders.
Providing I'm understanding how this works correctly. Yeah, man, I really, really, really wish that this was in cover. We can back up this much and get the good shots off on him. We might have to start working that LRM carrier. You know what? Let's start with the
Awaiting orders.
let's start with the trebuchet, actually. Can I get... Yeah, more direct line of fire. This is what I want.
Copy that.
We gotta put that LRM carrier away. That has to go.
Let's see how you like this. One for the scrap heap.
Alright, easy enough to deal with while it doesn't have the ability to shoot at you. This trebuchet, yeah, it's going to be able to shoot at ours, but it's not going to do too much, probably.
Commander?
And then we're gonna get pushed on there too, so this is the time to act. We could fire another aimed shot, I suppose, and just try to go to his leg. If we drop his leg out from under him, we could probably finish him off. There's a chance, at least, that we could finish him off.
Yes, Commander.
Griffin probably needs to back up.
Move order received.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think we're gonna be able to kill him this turn, unfortunately. Do I just aim shot to the torso to make it so he doesn't have anything but melee? We'd lose 50 damage worth of lasers that way. I think that's what I'm doing.
All weapons are go.
Okay, awesome. Pilot only had 3 health. That's very lucky for us. Usually pilots have 4.
Commander?
Alright, and that means that they're not going to be able to pierce the stealth field at all, which maybe means the javelin shouldn't fire. I'm gonna have it move, maintain some evasion, but not shoot. We'll just stay stealthy.
I copy.
It could use a cooldown anyway. So they have stuff driving in. Yep, a couple of us are available for direct fire. The trebuchet's in okay shape. It's actually fairly heavily armored. We're gonna have a real problem here in a second, though, because that trebuchet over there is at full health and fairly tough. Tough for us to deal with these weapons. He's gonna be able to fire everything. Kind of an awkward range for both SRMs and LRMs right there. Okay, here come the sensor locks and the LRM turrets. Yep, and rather than sensor locking 3 different people for no reason, they sensor lock 1 person and then just shoot him with all the other people who have turns. That's real crummy. Boy, awful lot of shots go into that leg, considering they're coming from above.
Damn, let's do this. Ready for orders.
Okay, so if I'm understanding the implications of what we know about these weapon systems correctly, what I want to do here is we get...
Awaiting orders.
Can I get a comprehensive tooltip by any chance? If it starts or ends its turn with no active enemy units in the field. So, the fact that it replenished our stealth at the beginning of this turn means that it won't... I don't know if that's an exclusive or not. Means that it won't replenish at the end of its turn? Because it would seem like the thing to do here is move with everybody else, then have the Raven replenish our stealth fields, right? I guess what we should probably do right now is just reserve. There's no reason to do anything while these guys still have actions available. They also reserved, the cowards. I'm going to reserve again. Oh no, they're learning.
Yes, Commander.
That's pretty not
Waiting
ideal.
for orders.
I need them to not be learning. Okay, well, let's blow up some vehicles, I guess. We can make that happen.
Roger.
Can't fire everything this turn. Oh no, he's okay.
I copy.
Pretty bad shot. PPC went about 25 degrees off of the angle of fire that we needed. But by having him act first, we can direct more fire to the Griffin, which means that it doesn't go to the other more important mechs. Boy, their fire clusters up real nice.
Shooting me up good.
Mine always goes to every different part of the enemy
Yes,
mech.
Commander.
I would really love it if this striker was dead.
Firing on target.
Nope, can't be killed, it turns out, because my fire spreads out very evenly across all of the available targets. Okay, this is not helpful to me. You gotta, yeah, keep the camera zoomed out enough that I can tell whether or not he's entering the stealth area.
Reporting. Internal damage.
Awaiting orders.
So now having the Raven do stuff is not going to be helpful, right? For my sensor lock on all enemies within 250 meters, compare their stuff, so we could like move to here, and then sensor blast all the other mechs. We could do it here and pick up the other striker, but then the Griffin's outside of my stealth field, which is not ideal. We can't do that because the Griffin will just get torn apart by LRMs. Although I guess somebody's going to get torn apart by LRMs anyway. It doesn't actually matter because there's nothing we can do to stop the sensor locks from happening. So the correct way to do this mission probably is just to not move forward at all ever. Like fight at absolute maximum range to draw people away from the LRM turrets. Because the sensor lock is not as effective as it was suggested it might be at dealing with that stuff. How much health does he still have? Remarkably, a huge amount. That perfectly even spread of weapon damage really hurts. I can't move. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of options. Like this is where it is safe to be, in terms of making sure. For some reason, I can't even shoot him here. Apparently, the Locust is blocking my shot entirely. Yeah, this sucks. Okay, so I'm going to turn like this so that it's not just my left side facing the LRM turrets. And multiple stealth charges won't protect me from a sensor lock, right? Sensor lock removes all of the charges. Also, it's not super... It says action, so I'm assuming this precludes firing. I think we should fire.
Unloading a full salvo.
Please tell me that was enough. Okay, cool. Alright, one more source of missiles down.
One less vehicle.
And yeah, that did not refresh anybody's stealth charges. So you get stealth charges at the beginning of the round if the condition is met. And if that doesn't happen, then you can get them at the end of the Raven's turn instead.
Internal damage.
I think. So you're still stealthy. I think I don't want to do anything with you yet.
Waiting for the shot.
Yeah, because the striker's not just going to pass because it does have targets. This keeps it from shooting at the assassin, or the javelin rather, and then the javelin can move to the close side of the stealth field and
Standing by.
and just drop laser blasts on him. We're gonna lose the Peregrine. We're gonna lose Peregrine. He's going to die. There's not really any way around it. There are too many enemies.
Roger.
But he can do some damage to this thing on the way out.
I copy.
That kind of looked like those all went to the same location. Nope. If they had, we'd have gotten a kill.
Lock on me.
Yep, sensor lock on the Raven. So this is real bad. They can endlessly perfectly sensor lock the Raven and just always shoot at it. And there's no way for us to stop that from happening without killing the turrets. So I guess that's gotta be the thing we do this coming turn. Is really focus on getting the turrets down. But doing that is not necessarily going to keep the Raven alive because there are so many
Armor
other
breach.
things coming at us.
Internal damage.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's look at this guy. He took 50 damage here, 25 there, and... Huh. Okay, 25 to the turret and 25 to the front. That's not too bad. Reserving down's not going to help us in any way, because they'll just run in. They will achieve close range fire capability, but also shooting at them before they get their turn isn't going to help us. We're a bit of a catch-22 here, where all of our options do nothing. Can we have the Javelin run forward and punch one of them to death? Maybe. It punches for 40? No, not even close. A lucky center shot could detonate a Locust 1V, but not really because they have 5 charges of evasion, so that'll never happen. I guess it's not that bad. I run to here, I get 3 charges of evasion, keep my strong side toward all the enemies, and also I have like an okay chance to hit with Precision Strike up. Yeah, 65 on this guy. We just have to hit with 3 of the lasers to that location, and they have to critically hit the machine gun ammo. That's all.
Locking in all weapon systems.
I think we had to take the chance there because he's not going to be especially more killable after he moves, but he is going to remove all of our stealth. At this point, him attacking our back is actually probably good. That's where the armor is the heaviest.
Reporting. Major armor loss. Yes, Commander.
You only melee for 25. That's not an option. Yeah, it's a shame there's no way, like, you can't really take cover from something like this. I can't use even if their line of fire is impossible, the LRMs will still come out, as you have seen at this point many times. Is that the side arc I'm shooting at there? Yeah, I want to be in the back. Honestly, maybe turning the Ravens back to the LRMs is the best the best way to keep it alive right now. How bad is the armor on the back? It's pretty bad. We definitely have to kill a couple of these things, right? I'm trying to figure out what the right thing to do is here, because all of the options seem like they will definitely kill you. That's right, I was sensor locked. My sensors are, in fact, impaired. Well... Precision Strike, I guess. I mean, we gotta actually get some kills here. Okay, that looked pretty good.
Go time.
That gets us back up to Inspired.
Target eliminated.
And it restores the stealth charge to the Trebuchet. Griffin is about to lose an arm. All of its weapon systems are on the right side, though. So that could be worse.
Standing by.
So we try to kill the Striker? Well, I can actually see one of the turrets if I move all the way over to, like, here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. All the way over to here. That's interesting. But the Striker is not less dangerous than the turrets. It's probably more dangerous than the turrets. Right, because the SRM-6s actually deal a fair amount of damage. So I want to be a little bit further back than that. We want to take a real shot at killing this thing. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get a left Yeah, I cannot shoot it in the part where it's actually damaged. But that part will sometimes be where the bullets go if you shoot it from the front. We're just going to have to hope that that's what happens.
Roger that.
I do not have the ability to heat vent. The thing is, I think we may just have to take this, because we have to really give our all to killing this thing.
Here it comes. Watch my
I think
Take
the
you
PPC went to the turret, and then all of the LRMs went to the right side armor, which is like very close to untouched until that moment. Yep. Not all of them, but the vast majority. Okay. Locust gets inside the stealth field.
Damn it, I'm wounded.
And takes out the ECM generator. Is that right? Can I please get... That's the Locust. That's the reason I'm having a problem is I'm clicking on the wrong thing. So yeah, that's the electronic warfare equipment gone, and now we're in a lot of trouble.
Commander?
I mean, it doesn't actually change things that much, right? Because the turrets were all but one getting to fire every turn anyway. Now it'll just be that one extra turret gets to fire too. That doesn't change things that much. If they have a pilot who is capable of multi-target, this is the mech that pilot should be in. So we have 2 locations where a medium laser would be instantly lethal. I guess I should fire the 2 lasers I can fire.
Confirmed.
Okay, we got it. At this point, our only hope for survival is to kill
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
this guy and the Locust.
They've got a sensor lock on me.
And even then, it's not great. Okay, but I do appreciate them doing this thing where they sensor lock us. They sensor lock multiple people instead of firing with the turrets that should be firing. That makes my life a lot easier and safer.
Got past my armor. Reporting.
Alright, who wants to melee that Locust? You actually have 4 lasers. You might be able to do better damage than that by just shooting him. And your heat is not super high.
Acknowledged.
Alright, get over here. Just put shots through that torso section into the torso.
Firing all weapons.
That looks pretty good.
Scored a critical hit. Yes, Commander.
Alright, then we... then we are in dire shape with our Raven. But I just keep working this thing? I don't want to take another precision strike.
The target is confirmed.
They both missed. They both missed.
Damn it.
70% chance to hit is not a 100% chance to hit.
Receiving you.
You know, that can happen. But it feels really bad when it does, that's for sure. Alright, I'm just going to let us recover some heat the old-fashioned way by kicking a small mech to death.
Target eliminated.
Standing by.
And then, Vizcacha, all you can really do, all I can really ask of you, is that you shoot this man very many times. Gotta find... I guess I can't really shoot him with the medium lasers no matter what I do here. We could work the LRM turrets instead. We have 30 missiles, so we are likely to be able to destroy an LRM turret per volley. They have 20 total LRMs. I mean, this guy's definitely a bigger problem. Yeah, he does way more damage than any turret, but also I can't kill him. I can just kill one of these things. So yeah, let's step you back here.
Moving out.
We can remove one LRM turret with her per turn, probably.
Target confirmed.
Unless we get a little bit unlucky.
That turret is gone. I've been sensor locked.
I mean, that's not so bad. Her getting the sensor lock is actually totally fine. Yeah, unfortunately, they have actual vision of the Javelin. They don't need to sensor lock that.
Awaiting orders.
Alright, is there a way that the Javelin can do anything of value here? The Javelin can step around the corner and just shoot at that turret. And listen, the trebuchet is a problem in a real permanent sense.
Position confirmed.
But we gotta lighten the load of LRMs coming over the gate here. So we could get lucky. If all 4 weapons hit, we do actually get a kill.
Confirmed.
Okay. That is all right. I did not use the ECM system to its maximum value,
Reporting.
which is just how things are going to go while we're still feeling things out. But we might still survive this, it looks like, which is fantastic. Wouldn't that be a strange thing to have happened? We don't have any jump jets. Can I get a shot? Do the medium lasers have the range? It looks like the answer is no. I cannot get a shot on the turrets over top of the building. Well, then you don't really have a lot of play here. The only thing that really matters is that you survive, because you're my dude. So, get 4 points of evasion. 2 points of evasion and cover? No, 4 points of evasion. You can't do this with your right side facing him. I really do want to shoot at him is the thing. Like we gotta do some damage. But I want to make sure that I do this with my right side. So I guess the cover is the best way to do it. And this puts my face toward the turret direction, but we're going to have so few total turrets that it's not going to matter, is the plan. Now I'm going to precision strike him. Again, mostly to limit his initiative. This is slightly better.
Roger.
Right, there's one more weapon on that side. Of course, neither of the lasers actually go there.
Orders.
Aye, aye.
Alright, the trebuchet needs to kill another turret. That's gotta happen. I don't think it matters too much where I end up standing here. LRM, LRM. Also, I have some lines that go to buildings. I'm not too worried about that stuff.
Affirmative.
Yeah, move to here and just kill that one, I suppose, because the other one is more likely to be killable by the Javelin.
Engaging target. Turret
Alright, we are
destroyed.
almost out of things that can harm us. We're getting so close. Actually, I could probably kill this turret with this guy. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cool and vent this turn. We do have to give it everything.
Time to unload.
Ooh, I see some missiles going off target there. Just enough of them. Trebuchet runs up and melees the, melees the Javelin to death. That's not good for us, but, you know what? Actually, it kind of doesn't matter. That Javelin wasn't doing anything anymore.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Yes, Commander.
I really badly want to just run the Raven forward and do the same thing and finish off that turret, but if I do, the Raven just gets meleeed to death. And like, I can kind of just let everything else go wrong here. As long as the Raven survives, as long as Steamfitter survives, we come out of this okay. So as shitty as that is, let's just do this thing. Once again, go for here. Okay, I am getting really good weapon focus on any parts that I don't aim at.
Orders.
You should, and then we use the trebuchet to bully their trebuchet because ours is at full health still. It's very, very close to full health and armor. I think I would rather punch him in this side. It doesn't melee super hard, but
Let's see how you like this.
really hoping we were going to see a hit to that
Waiting for orders.
to that body part. Okay, so you, the guy with the split fire, not the guy who should have the split fire, but the guy who does have the split fire, will make, like, you will back up a little bit. Yeah, I think this works. Turret fire into this thing, and then PPC into this guy.
Copy that.
I think the damage is largely past now. It's messy and bad, but listen, as long as it's me playing, it's good. There's a lot of times when it's going to be messy and bad. Now, let's see what he does with this. Hey, camera, you maybe want to cooperate a little bit here? No? Okay, they have exposed center on our Griffin.
Hey, I'm getting my ass kicked here.
I hear you, but there's like
Awaiting
a
orders.
lot of stuff going on. You're just gonna have to hold on a second. And he's moved himself to cover the side that I have damaged, and instead expose the side that I wish I was damaging, which actually kind of works beautifully for us. Let's push him down to initiative 2. Maybe I should go for his leg. It seems like a leg kill might actually be in the cards here.
Target acquired and locked in.
Well, if you shoot at the leg, of course you're going to get the torso section.
Commander.
Obviously. We could get a punch in on this side. Here's the thing. I'm not sure that Conqueror is long for the world. If we put him close enough to be
Yes,
punched,
Commander.
there's a chance that the punch just kills him, right? Because we know that the trebuchet melee is for 65 because we have a trebuchet. Maybe we go here and we precision strike for the leg. Actually, I like that a lot.
Moving to position.
Go here, so we're firing into the front arc, which gives us the ability to hit his left leg. We just go everything possible to that leg. A single medium laser would get the leg. We didn't. We did somehow get his
Target's taking a
torso,
critical hit.
and now a punch from that
Line.
side is a little bit more interesting. We do have the ability to do one more aim shot, though. Oh, that's a curved line. Where do I have the best, most range appropriate shot? I'm going for the leg again.
Locking in all weapons.
We're gonna end up just coring him before we will ever destroy a part that we were aiming at. Oh god, steam fitter. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. He didn't even hit center
Armor
torso.
flow-through. Internal damage. Yes, Commander.
Okay. Yeah, this is wild. The game is being so obstinate about allowing me to hit parts that I'm aiming at. We are literally going to destroy this mech without ever dealing damage to a part that we were aiming at. So I guess that means I should aim for the leg, because that's how we're going to get the center fire.
He's going down.
Scratch another target.
Both of the lasers went center. Did you see it?
Hostile eliminated.
Well, we accomplished all the optional objectives. We are now getting maximum paid. And I think they can't harm us anymore. So let's go finish the
Location
thing.
acknowledged.
And we only got one of their pilots killed.
Confirmed.
Reporting.
I do feel like they could just give me the win at this point. I think it's unlikely that we're going to have to fight anything
Order
else.
received.
Small military building. That sounds like it doesn't have that much HP. Oh, I can't target it, though. That's not one of my options.
Targeted.
Enemy structure is weakening.
Managed to somehow shoot the wrong building.
By.
I think what we've learned here today is that everybody, not just in our employ, but everybody who can be convinced by any means to work with us is horrible at their jobs. That is 75... Yeah, sure, take that down.
Locked up.
Enemy structure eliminated.
Standing by.
Kacha can help with the building that survived Steamfitter's attack, because all she has left is medium lasers anyway. We really do take it down to the wire. Alright, she managed to get there, remarkably.
Target destroyed.
Let's go. Awaiting orders.
I don't know that it really matters where I take this shot from.
Locking on target.
Hey, look at that. When the chips are down and it doesn't matter at all, you can sometimes hit your shot.
Firing.
Get to land to the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
I mean, there's not really a good reason for that. I feel like you could come in pretty cool. If you want to, like, stop and get a sandwich or something, that's fine. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we're more than ready to get the hell off this planet. Aren't you dead?
Mission successful.
I mean, listen. His mech went down, but the head didn't get destroyed. Maybe he's in there. He's just horribly, horribly wounded. Like, definitely permanently wounded. But he's still alive. He's fine. He's basically fine. And look at all the money we brought. Well, that's really not... That's really not that much money. Okay. Steamfitter is injured for 22 days. Whatever, he's fine. Let's take some trebuchet pieces. That would seem to be the smart play here. Ooh, there are a lot of... Yeah, I mean, of course, there are a lot of LRM-20 pods available as loot from this mission. But let's build mechs. Hey, we got one anyway. Overall, honestly, like, not too bad, loot-wise. We probably already have the number of medium lasers that we need for the rest of the game, so those are kind of garbage, but, you know, we could sell them at least. They do not sell for very much, in case you were curious. It's only a couple thousand. But I'm happy to have gotten an LRM-20 pod. I would have been happier to see a third part of that trebuchet. But we're getting really close to having some larger mechs, some new larger mechs, about the same size as the Centurion. And then certainly there's a lot more stuff to expand into beyond that. Lord only knows when we'll be ready for that one. Yeah, he's looking, you know, a little worse for the wear. That R&D lab went up like a Christmas tree, Commander. Beautiful work. That Raven is a hell of a machine, I've got to say. I can understand why Dame Catherine wanted it for herself. Yeah, her and everyone else. Commander, you're not going to believe this, but Lady Alexandra Cunningham is calling on behalf of House Davian. She says it's about an acquisition deal and that it's urgent. She's important. Yeah. Rich beyond measure, influential, popular, and all-around golden child. Tasked with securing House Davian's interests in the Reach. Funny thing, XO, I actually do believe it. Go ahead and put her on the line. Let's hear what she has to say. Commander Corpsington, I won't beat around the bush. You have one of the Capellan Confederation's Raven prototypes, and House Davian wants it. We'll match whatever deal Singh offered you, and you'll have the thanks of House Davian to boot. I know that Singh gave you a high-minded speech about maintaining the balance of power. That's what we want too. In fact, House Davian has no intention of using the Raven at all. We see it as a bargaining chip, nothing more. You say that now, but you haven't seen what it can do, and neither have I, really. I don't need to. In the long run, it will make little difference. Oh, certainly, it may tip the balance of a battle or two, but here's a funny thing about game-changing technologies. The game only stays changed until the new rules are understood. Then it goes back to being the same old game, the one we've been playing from time immemorial. The idea of the Raven is what's truly valuable, and that's what we aim to control. In any event, Commander, I won't bore you with any more idle chatter. I'm a busy woman, and I'm sure you also have a lot on your mind. But consider my offer. You know where to find me. View screen goes blank. Okay, it's official. Everybody wants this prototype, and they'll pay through the nose to get it. Our contract was with House Merrick, though. Force Commander Singh brought all of us together on this, and we all agreed the Raven would go to him. Personally, I'm in favor of keeping our promises. I agree, but at the end of the day, we aren't the ones who should be making that choice. Commander Corpsington is. I love the fact that I made some decisions early in the game that caused people to have to, in a serious voice, say things like this all the time. It's just well done on our part. Agreed. We owe you, Commander. You helped us get justice for Umbra. She would have died for nothing without your help. Chances are we all would have. Okay, how about you, Peregrine? You on board with this? Yeah, the way I see it, the Raven is yours to do with as you see fit. If you sell it to someone we don't like, we'll just pack our bags and go work someplace else. We're soldiers without a country now, whatever Singh says. Our only real loyalty should be to ourselves. This sounds like the kind of thing a mercenary might say. Welcome to the biz. You kids are going to do great. Now, about that Raven. Care to break down our options, XO? Well, it comes down to a couple of questions. Do we keep it or sell it? And if we sell it, to who to? The benefits of keeping it are obvious. It's a hell of a mech and nobody else has one yet. If we offer it to one of the great houses, we'll be out a Raven, but our reputation will skyrocket and we'll get paid. Bravo Lance is right, though. In the end, it's Commander Corpsington's choice to make. I mean, it's interesting. We're definitely not giving it to House Liao. It certainly feels like the quote-unquote honorable mercenary thing to do, to give it to House Merrick, and by honorable mercenary thing, I mean doing the damn job. I don't know if our MRB rating will actually take a hit if we don't do this, but it feels like it should, right? That's what the MRB is for. Also, money, also, respect. All these things matter. I'm not super wild about the Raven, personally. It's entirely possible that if we get rid of this one, we will never have another chance to pick one up. The ECM kit seems fine. I think part of the reason that it seemed not as great as it could have been there is that we were up against a force that had 3 sensor lock abilities. That's pretty unusual. It's not a thing that's going to happen a lot. And so the Raven will be much better at protecting us from long-range fire in the future. I'm actually really torn between keeping it or just giving it to House Merrick. Hey, giving it to House Merrick... We should probably give it to House Merrick. It's a cool mech, but it's not really that much different from what we have, like, in terms of offensive capability. I don't think that the AoE sensor, the close-range AoE sensor ping, is actually very useful. If it was like a thing we could fire, like a sensor ping grenade, then I would be a little bit more into it. But if we have to have the Raven within 270 meters of the thing to hit it anyway, we could just, you know, do normal mech stuff. I'm going to give it to House Merrick. We could use a friend, and also, we need money. Our contract was with House Merrick. I see no reason not to honor it. Roger that, Commander. I'll make the arrangements to hand it off to Force Commander Singh and see to it that Bravo Lance gets its repatriation deal. Fair is fair, after all. Much obliged, Oliveira. If you ever head out to Atreus, keep an eye out for us. Maybe we'll get the chance to work together again. That's probably not a real thing, right? We'd like that, Bravo Lance. Best of luck. Okay, all's well that ends well, Commander, and if you don't mind my saying, this is a damn good ending. We're coming out of this assignment with new friends on Atreus, a giant wad of cash, and the thanks of House Merrick to boot. Let's hope that it's a giant wad of cash. Here's a problem I have with BattleTech. This interaction should have been over 8 lines ago. There's way too much writing in these, especially since a huge percentage of the time, the characters are saying literally nothing. Like this, right there with you, Meyer. Now I suggest that we go enjoy our newfound wealth and reputation. There's nothing for us here anymore, and I, for one, will be happy to leave the Duchy of Endurian behind. That added nothing to the conversation, right? All that stuff was established already. So we got 56 Free Worlds League rep, 27 MRB rep. They gave us a part of a Griffin, an AC2 with plus 10 damage on it. That's cool. We got some neat stuff. Another part of a Griffin. LRM 10+, LRM 5+. This is not the kind of payout that I was hoping for. That's just like a normal job payout. But that's fine. Honestly, like, if we had taken the Raven, I think there's a real good chance we don't use it that much, and then eventually it gets outclassed, and I guess it's better to have the money. I was envisioning a larger amount of money, if I'm being honest. We haven't really looked at what was available in this store yet, have we? Oh, interesting. I was saying interesting because I was like, we can complete that Griffin. But we got 2 parts of different Griffins, didn't we? There are two different builds of the Griffin. We got 1S and 1N, I'm assuming. Yep. We had two parts of the 1N. Well, it maybe should still be our goal to buy all three of these Griffin 1S parts that are in the store. We can get pretty close to done with that. Victor is not one of the large mechs that we have parts for. Large laser, plus 10 damage. That's actually pretty cool. 18 heat for... So, like, the PPC is 35 heat for 50 damage. It does do stability damage, and it also scrambles sensors, but that's a huge amount of heat, and also they're quite a bit heavier than large lasers. This is a pretty good weapon, actually. Plus 10 damage medium laser is awesome, plus accuracy medium laser is also good. There's some cool stuff available in this shop. Plus 3 injury resist cockpit mod. We really, really want that. Increase heat bank, a heat exchanger that lets us just bleed off some weapon heat for free. Wow, there's cool stuff in this store. Well, we do have 3 million C-bills. We obviously have to leave here. We cannot do any jobs here. We're not even close to being able to do any jobs here. But we can maybe make some interesting purchases before we leave. Let's fix up the urban mech. Shouldn't be a problem. I think we have more small lasers. Shouldn't be a problem. Just jam another laser in there. I'm not going to put in an improved one because we don't get to use it often enough. The urban mech is almost never close to an enemy, so... Let's put that as a high priority fix. Probably behind the first Jenner. Way higher than the assassin. Yeah, and then I'm not exactly sure what it is we are going to buy. I will think about it. We're probably not doing any hiring, right? Like, what's our... That's the wrong button. I'm just clicking everything here. What's our mech warrior situation? Who's injured and for how long? Oh no, we're cool. We're fine. So yeah, just the store. I'll buy some stuff. I'll figure out a new path. And when you come back next time, I will have all kinds of fascinating new information for you. For now, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.